contact your primary care doctor's office. What's good, my lovelies? Lovely soul Empress here, coming to do a very important download. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this. Okay, what's good, Copenhagen? What's good, Leah Lou? What's good, Latasha? So those of you who've been with me for a while know that I get random downloads all the time, and those of you who watch regularly, you know, and you were watching on Tuesday with the summer solstice, I had mentioned to you guys that it was important that you did a meditation in the sun. Okay, so that day, oh, thank you so much, Lilu. That day, I had quite a few, what's good, Tamila, running around and things to do. So by the time I finished everything that I had to do and the private readings and stuff, it was like 7 o'clock, but the sun is still out where I live at 7. So I came inside, you know, I parked the car, came inside, and I sat on the back deck to do my meditation. I said, you know, I'm gonna do a 10-minute meditation, and then I'll start cooking. And the 10-minute meditation ended up being more like 30 minutes. I didn't even know I was sitting there that long. But I'm going to read to you what I wrote in my phone right afterwards. I actually sent it to my other line. What's good, Evelyn? I actually sent it to my other line just so I could show you guys, okay? And then I'll read it to you. I hope this cord is long enough because it's charging right now. Okay. So as you see, what's good, Shella? As you see, there is a date, okay? And it says June 21st at 7:08. Do you see that? I hope you guys can see it. Okay, so and if you guys want, I will post it afterwards. Okay, what's good, Miss BCC? Miss BBC, sorry. But I'm gonna read it to you guys because I feel like it's very important, and there's a reason why. Because I had told you that day, I was like, I came on and posted in the community page, you know, a poll, and I was like, how are you guys feeling? I just had a very important download, and we'll discuss this on Thursday. And the reason why I said Thursday was because I had already promised to do the What's Good Wednesday in the afternoon. So here goes the download. Okay, so listen really good. Okay, migration. 3 triangle objects coming in solar flare immediately afterwards. So it showed me 3 triangle objects coming down into the atmosphere, and that right behind that there was a very big solar flare, okay? And then it says dark red smoky sky, fire alarms in the distance, purple haze or fume after sun breaks, green Gaia heals herself. Then it says new strain. And then it says looks like one object was chasing the other. Okay, so and the first line, I forgot to read it, map below Florida. It wrote it as the title, but what it was they showed me the tip of Florida, but they showed me all the land masses underneath Florida. A lot of little islands and some bigger, 2 bigger land masses. Okay, I didn't look at a map. This isn't my forte. Okay, but I'm just telling you what they showed me. Okay, and in this migration, what they were saying was that people were headed down. They were headed down to those land masses. Okay, and that there were 3 triangles very close to each other, but it looked like one was chasing the other. 3 of them triangles moving quickly. Okay, and then right after that, there was a huge solar flare. Okay, and then right after that, the sky was very dark, red, smoky sky. Okay, and then after, while all this is happening now, you know, I live in a very small town. Okay, I can honestly say I rarely hear fire trucks or police cars. Rarely. Okay, and this, it kept going the whole time I was meditating. And that never happens in my town. So I knew that it was part of the download. Okay, and then the purple haze or fume, it was as if something happened. Okay, I don't know if the purple fume was released to stop something or if this was like a chemical reaction due to that. Okay, and then it says Gaia heals herself, so there was a beginning of a healing, but because of that, they showed me, it looked like a ringworm, kind of like it had a long curve and then a cluster up at the top. Okay, if I could draw it, I'm not an artist, okay? I do paint, but I'm not an artist. It looked like this, okay? So it was like a strain with like little gaps in the middle and then like this whole cluster up at the top, at the head of it, okay? It looked like it had the head and then the tail was the part that was kind of broken. Okay, so I feel like this is a new strain that's coming, but I want to also say that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I did as I said I would. I did the What's Good Wednesday. I didn't go back to research any of this. So this morning, I knew that I was supposed to go back. I looked this morning at what the breakdown was of the poll. A lot of people were saying they felt tired. And I asked Spirit, like once I finish doing my recordings and I'm getting ready for the live, when I post the live link, I also at that very same time I do the thumbnail. And I said to Spirit, I said, what should I call this reading? And they said solar flares. So I said, I made the thumbnail. And I'm giving you this long explanation because it's very important to the chain of events, okay? So I made the thumbnail with the solar flares, and then, you know, about 20 minutes passed, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should research what's happening with the solar flares because I didn't do that on Tuesday, right? So when I go and I look, and you guys could check this, I put in solar flares, and right away, mad outlets put up news yesterday in reference to these solar flares. Now, I can't make it up because as you see, this was written, this was written on the 21st, okay? On the 21st at 7:08 p.m. So this is the proof that I had gotten the download prior to those stories breaking. So that's why I wanted to send it to the other side. Now, let me say that what the stories was saying was that there's a hole, I guess, in the sun's atmosphere or whatever. Okay, I'm not a scientist. And that this hole was 3 times the size of Earth. 3 times the size of Earth, and that because of this, NASA was saying that they're like on a high alert for outages globally. All right, gang, gang? So the shit that we've been talking about, okay? So Spirit also advises that we all buy solar rechargeable, Spirit, give me the right word. Solar, like a device to charge your devices, but it has to be powered by the sun. They also said to find your old telephone, your old cell phones, okay? So your old cell phones, because the message that they were giving to me is that the devices that we have active right now may be completely fried. So only the devices that are off when it hits will be able to be powered up again. Okay, so if you have an old device that there was nothing wrong with it, but you just switched to an upgraded thing, find that shit, charge it, and leave it off. Okay? Feel like this is very important. Okay? I'm going to say it again. Old cell phone that was still working, but you just decided to change from the plan. You need to charge that phone up. Keep it off. Okay? That's one. Two, Spirit also said we need crank up radios. Crank up radios, okay? Crank up radios, guys. All right? Amazon has both those items. Please, this is a serious warning. Okay? So we're going to pull out some cards. We're going to see what Spirit wants to tell us about these solar flares and why I had this massive download on the summer solstice, okay? And what this thing is about migration. And when I reread the download this morning, because I hadn't looked at it since I had the download on Thursday, you know, I asked Spirit about the migration. And Spirit said basically that those places that we didn't want to help may not want to help us. Okay, so get your passports in order. Okay, get your passports in order. Spirit, show me. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Thank you. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Messenger. Serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. And I said that Gaia was going to heal herself. This is part of that healing. What's good through Maddie's eyes? Okay, so I feel like Spirit is really trying to prepare us for something. Okay, you got the Great Severing here. I'm going to read from the book because I have not pulled this card, but it says Mars energy. You know, Mars is one of the hottest planets we have, right? Anger, conflict, softening to love. You know I have to get the dog, right? Because... Great. Let's go. Inside. Now. Apologies, gang. Okay, so let's read the Great Severing. Because I feel like this isn't just a regular old reading this time. $72. The Great Severing. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. This is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring this to surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. We're all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long, we'll see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it could be for two reasons. Firstly, you are to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When we're hurt, it's normal to close off our heart to the world, to let the painful experience confirm the agony of separation in earthly life. Soften and find your way back to love anyway. When fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from others and the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart anyway. We're all innocent children spinning our way around the world. Find a way to see the innocence in all people, especially yourself. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How are you cutting yourself off from love? How can you soften towards those who have hurt you? So let me just say that the Great Severing is talking about communication. The Great Severing is also talking about humanity having to repair the isolation between races. Okay, so I feel like, and I don't want to make an alarmist video, but I'm bound to tell you what spirit communicates to me. Okay, so they're saying that there will be loss of life, and that we're going to having to pull together resources. Okay, and this also has to do with earlier messages that I have given you guys about people not being able to hear the frequency and losing their shit. We did that reading. What was it called? Something about people not being able to hear their frequency and they were going to lose their shit. Shit, what was it? Because it's important to this. Because if you didn't see it, you should go back and see it now. Come on. Something about the lost ones and feeling confused or something like that. I think it was. The title's not coming up. It's taking a long time. But I feel like they're reminding us that there's going to be a lot of mayhem. Okay, the next card you have is Called. And it says, soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Okay, so I feel like this Called, and I really don't want to spend too much time because I have a feeling this is going to be a lot of messages. 44. You came to Earth with a double mission: to grow as a soul and to bring about a shift in consciousness. The best way to fulfill these personal and collective purposes is to trust that what it is that your soul is calling you toward, for it's encoded within the most direct path forward. Your soul has many unique gifts and it came here to share. Some you may already be aware of, others you're just beginning to uncover. You're being called to remember that your soul intelligently chose this perfect conditions to carry out your soul's mission. And remember, some time ago I had told you, I said it was as if spirit was disseminating us to locations so that we could be the leaders. And I feel like this has to do with that migration. Okay, you got perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. And they show a picture of Earth. Okay, and I'm going to look at that with perspective. 94. None of this matters. Take a step back and look at the bigger picture of your life. Step away from the blinkered vision and reactive frame of mind of me against them. Change your perspective, shift your point of view, and zoom out. We are but a speck of dust in the universe, yet we think everything revolves around us. We see the planet as ours to own and conquer, pillaging the land and setting ourselves up for eventual extinction. What's good, Jennifer LaRoe? We build fences and walls and create invisible borders. Mother Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need her. It's time to wake up. A new perspective is urgently needed. We become so lost in our individual experience that we don't realize that most of the things that keep us awake at night are actually distractions. We're wasting our precious time and resources fighting each other when we should be coming together to heal what's been severed. This moment is a breath in a timeline of your life. The life is a fleeting moment in the tapestry of your soul's experience. Your soul's experience is a flash in the timeline of the known universe, and the known universe is a grain of sand in the unknown universe. Take a moment to see the bigger picture, to find common ground, to find deep compassion in your heart, to gain a greater perspective of humanity in this fleeting moment in the timeline of our soul's existence, in the timeline of all that is, was, and ever will be. Spirit is telling us that something's about to happen, and that shortly we're going to have to move beyond race. Okay? Wait. And you know, the U.S. is one of the biggest places that wants to impose borders. And I wonder how we're going to address that when we need refuge and shelter. Okay? This one says wait. 118. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. In our fast, loud, reactive, comparative world, where an instant response is often expected and at times even a currency, it can feel almost impossible to take a breath, let alone give ourselves the space to rest, wait, and reset. We're so often in overdrive, expecting instantaneous results over and over again, and when guidance doesn't come at these extreme speeds, it can feel as though something's gone wrong. But often it's not receiving guidance, is guidance in itself. When you ask for guidance and don't receive it, it can often mean wait. It's not time yet. The details are still being woven. Our challenge is to keep trusting when on the surface it appears that nothing is happening. To remember that no matter how long or bitter the winter, spring does always come. To remember that you don't need to solve all of the world's problems in a single day, and perhaps they'll be better solved with some perspective and a good night's sleep. I'm not even going to finish reading that because Spirit just said that the caps will melt, and that's why there's migration, because the water levels. Some people will not be able to make the trek because the sun will be so strong as you get further down towards the equator, and it will be an ominous trip for some. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north, okay? $132. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with those who love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Not going to read the whole thing because we'd be here for forever. But basically, Spirit's saying you can't save everybody. Okay? And that you work with the people that you can. And you're going to have to be ready to leave some people behind. And, you know, this may be a tall order because they could be people that you love. But there's so many people in a state of denial. Okay? There's so many people in a state of denial right now that you're not going to be able to save everyone. Okay, let me just read this. Yes, a lot of the readers are getting similar messages like me, okay? And yes, we are being disseminated. We talked about that. The high priestess, you know, many high priestesses are being forced to spread their message because they're trying to prepare the collective, okay? So we're going to get another deck. I'm going to get this Gateway Activation deck because I do feel like this is some type of activation that is happening. And, you know, I really don't like giving out these messages, but I also know that this is what Spirit expects me to do, and I'm not going to defy Spirit. Okay, even if, you know, that means that, you know, social platforms have a problem. Okay? This isn't going to be a season for colored lines or political lines. This is going to be a season for like-minded souls, Spirit just said. Anunnaki light codes. You know, the Egyptians and the Mayans, the Olmecs, the Incas, they believed that they were upgraded by the Anunnaki. Okay, and it says energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. Let's see what their book says real quick. I really rather not do that, but I want to make sure that I am giving you guys all of the, you know, it's funny because this one that's at the bottom of the deck is talking about Arcturian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinking. Okay, so Spirit's definitely telling us that something, this has to do, okay, Spirit's saying the final upgrade. Okay, the final upgrade. So, and I just finished telling somebody very close to me that they're going through an ascension. And I told him that the last of the males that are going to be receiving this download are getting it now. Okay, so Anunnaki light codes. Let's see what it says. 46. If we could equal out the likes, please, it would be greatly appreciated. Energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. The Anunnaki are a race of cosmic light beings who have been coming to Earth since ancient times. The Sumerians and the Babylonians acknowledged them as the deities who governed the space between the worlds. The divine leader of this incredible race is the goddess Ishtar, a powerful figure similar to the Egyptian goddess Isis, okay? The Anunnaki have taken many forms throughout the ages. They have an angelic warrior-like quality and have appeared with wings, sometimes up to 4, and with an elongated head and face similar to that of an eagle. When the Anunnaki appears, it's important to know that they are heavenly allies supporting our healing and ascension. In the distant past, they visited the Atlantean civilization and helped those who were aligned with the spiritual path to ascend to the next dimension so they could leave the wheel of karma. They acted as divine judges, deciding who would ascend and who would be left behind for the growth of their soul. Those who had abused their powers and had not honored the divine or valued the great gift of life had been given had to remain for the cataclysmic ending of their civilization. For that reason, some people who have had Atlantean incarnations may fear the Anunnaki, but rest assured that they are beings of infinite light working for source. Okay, so I feel like, remember I was just saying that it's something about the last upgrade. Okay, and it was talking about how certain people were upgraded and the rest were left to their own devices. So pay attention. Okay, we have here Ancestral Realm, and it says karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries. Okay, Ancestral Realm. In every incarnation, we have been blessed to be a part of a lineage that helps us live our life and embark on learning experiences. And for hundreds and even thousands of years, those who have walked the earth before us have prayed for a better life. We are an answer to those prayers. Even though they may no longer be on our physical plane, our ancestors are living through our choices and experiences. None of our ancestors had it perfect. After all, they were human too. They made poor choices. They had mistaken views. Some of their intentions were honorable, many were not. All of this held within the ancestral lineage, as are many beliefs, ideas, and limitations that are outdated, fear-based, and even harmful. All those karmic energies can hold us back. But when someone decides to walk the spiritual path, whether they realize it or not, their life becomes an answer to the ancestors' prayers. When the card comes out, your life is an answer to a great ancestral call. Okay, so we're being called. I also heard humming in both of my ears, okay? So they're telling us to really pay attention. Okay, there are ancestors that are relying on how we respond. You have sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness, and sensuality. Spirit said the men are going to be afraid. I feel like the women will be afraid too, but I feel like the men are going to have a different set of fears. Okay, 121. Okay, it says the sacral chakra is found below the belly button and is an energetic space that governs our reproductive system and all forms of expression connected to it. Everything from our sexuality or our capacity to express the tender, more sacred parts of ourselves is connected to this chakra. It is governed by water, and so it helps us move with the flow of life in order to express our most authentic self. This card transports us to the sacral inner space. It shows an inner temple with flowing water and lots of soft colors coming from the blooming lotus. This encourages us to see that our sacral parts were beautiful energetic gateways through which we can express and manifest pure life force. Okay, so first off, they're talking about drinking a lot of water, which they're talking to me because I don't like water. But they're saying we have to drink a lot of water. We have to be ready. Okay, we have to be ready. Also, store your water. Look up a recipe to make it alkaline. I think you have to add baking soda, okay? Angelic Frequency is out here. And it says, angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. You know, I say we're spiritually strapped over here, okay? So I feel like we're getting this message so we can be prepared, not so we can be in fear. Number 43. The angelic frequency is the energy of the angels and the angelic kingdom, which is aligned to service, devotion, authenticity, and love. When this frequency comes to us, it's because the gateway of our heart has aligned with it. We've essentially become an angel upon the earth. Angels are the heartbeats of source. And so when we're in touch with the angelic realm, we're also connected to the heart of God. This card features a being of light. The streams of light surrounding it are the angelic frequency pouring down to light up our life. This image also unlocks our soul memories of our guardian angel. Before we were in this life, we danced across the midnight sky. And as the universe follows the law of attraction, our angels are attracted to us because our likeness was also in them. So we became connected. And since then, our angels have been with us through every lifetime and every experience. Tap in, guys. All right. Spirit's telling you that they're giving you messages, but you have to be willing to have a vessel that can withstand the frequency of the messages. This is by drinking water, watching what you're watching. Okay. Watching what you're listening to, people that you have around you. I was just saying to my partner last night, because he said that things aren't as bad as they used to be, in regards to families. And I was saying to him, it's not that it's not what it used to be. It's that the more you have people enlightening, you're not going to be around those lower frequencies. So it can appear to you like things have gotten better because around you, the people around you are like-minded, right? But in other places, there are a lot of still terribleness happening, okay? So I feel like that's what Spirit is talking about, being around people with like minds so that we're not absorbing energy or frequency that is harmful to us, okay? Earth Star activation is the last one. And it says anchoring, grounding action, Isis energy. And I did mention her early on. Okay, what page does that say? 67. The Earth Star chakra, found 6 to 12 inches below our feet, is the energetic portal that connects us directly with the soul wisdom of Mother Earth. It is our gateway to the underworld of the earth, a space of sacred magic and mystery where we find a lot of the tools, gifts, and skills the ancients used to connect with the earth and her wisdom. The Egyptian goddess Isis appears on this card as a spiritual guide. She is a high priestess of the stars who knows the importance of connecting with the underworld to stay grounded, aware, and manifest all that we need to grow. Follow in her footsteps by connecting to your Earth Star. Anchor down and go digging within to find any parts of your magic, wisdom, and experience you have pushed down, both in the incarnation and in previous lifetimes. These tools could be helpful on the next phase of your journey. Meaning, you have to be listening to your inner high priestess right now, especially if there's a loss of communication in the 3D. Okay? We're going to be disseminated. And I feel like it's not going to be messages that you get from other people. I feel like a lot of us are going to just start heading in a direction south, they said. And we're going to find people who got the same download, okay? We're going to take one more Oracle deck, Manifestation, Manifesto, and then we're going to get into the Tarot. So I've always been very carnivorous. I love meat. We need to slow down. Okay? We need to slow down. For those of you who do not know, and over the weekend, I had seen some reports of over 10,000 cattle that were found dead. Okay, they're saying that it was due to the heat. Look it up. Make your own discernment about that, but it looks funny. I'll say that. Spirit, can you show me? What does my collective need to know about these solar flares? But not south of the world, because Africa will experience the opposite, dying out. Will give refugees too. Unsure what you mean, but I know that their winter or their supposed winter or even like Ecuador and that is opposite of ours. So maybe it has to do with the season. They also, like while I was reading the last card, they showed me like the Amazon. So maybe it's because there's a lot of, even though it's hot as hell down there, there's a lot of humidity and a lot of plants for cover, they're saying, okay? And those areas, they're used to growing plants even in that dry ass heat, right? So they have more experience than we do, especially since here they have forced us to stop planting, right? So you have here, freedom and greatness belong to those who master their day. Preparedness, guys. Preparedness. Spirit said 2 cases of water for every person in your home. So if you have 4 people, you need 8 cases of water. Okay? They're also saying water, canned goods, rice, bags of beans, because you can make rice and beans last over a long period of time. Beans can be protein if there's no meat, okay? I'm Latina, so I know that black beans is like one of the highest concentration of protein. So if you don't like them, get used to them, okay? Start figuring out how to make it, okay? Freja, thanks for joining. Okay, so you have here, when we were hurt, we felt that love was somehow diminished and damaged, but hurt has nothing to do with love. And love is unaffiliated and unaffected by pain. Ego was hurt, not love. Love is divine. It is everywhere, ever present and abundant and free. There's going to be, you know, and I said already that Spirit's already telling us that the color lines have to be dissipated, and this is going to handle that shit. Those who refuse to band together will not have an easy time of it. I'll say that. And I feel like it's going to be a humbling experience, because I feel like there are certain sectors of the population who are going to turn to other populations that they shunned before, because they're going to need their help. Okay, and then we have, we should not fear an obsession for building a great and free life. And it's in reverse. There will be many restrictions. Okay, I feel like they're showing me like people being outside at night. I don't know what that is about, but people could be traveling by night. It may be for various reasons. It may be because of the temperature and also because of not being seen. Okay, you also have here, those who have won major victories realize that all the resources to win are within, and that most knowledge needed is to succeed is acquired after action. A lot of us are going to feel unprepared, but when Spirit gives you that download, just do what Spirit said, and you will find that your ancestors, they were holding you down all along, okay? Because I feel like there's not going to be radio, or you know what I'm saying, like there might be limited radio, okay? There might be just whatever stations are broadcasting like locally, and if you don't have that hand cranked radio, you might not be able to get the messages. So you're going to be relying heavily on Spirit, okay, to stand emotionally open before the world and give of our hearts without fear of hurt or demand of reciprocity. This is the ultimate act of human courage. Listen, back to when I said strange bedfellows. Spirit is basically saying you have to be cautious, because there could be people who come and ask for help, and what they really want is to take your supplies or whatever. But there's going to be times when we have to help people, and because we help people is why, you know, Spirit helps us, okay? What's good, Crystal? Okay, very important download, okay? Crystal, if I were you, like afterwards, I would definitely go back and watch, okay? Spirit, why solar flares? Can you show me what's important for us to know right now? They're saying cash is not going to be overwhelmingly helpful, but if you can, get some cash in your hands. Okay, don't leave it all in the bank. You got the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I feel like these Knights of Cups, I'm hearing unruly. Okay, I'm hearing unruly, and I'm hearing, you know, walking in or riding on cattle or horses or something in packs. Okay, I feel like this is why the men are going to be nervous, because there are people who are going to use this, like they're going to think it's like, you know, an opportunity to have the purge. Okay, I feel like there's going to be masculines, you know, I feel like there's going to be masculines who have many people to take care of. Like they show me like children, more than one, feminine, older people, right? So it's like a force to step up, okay? But we'll clarify that later. I'm going to start these other cards that came out. We'll talk about that towards the end. Let me give these a quick shuffle. You have the Devil out here first, okay? And, you know, hot as hell. I'm hearing hot as hell. Devil spirit, why? One more, please. So you have the devil out here with justice. So this is talking about karma. Karma to those who have abused power, yes. This is also talking about not being able to rely on the usual people or agencies. Okay? And then with the hangman coming out here, some people are going to be stuck. Right? And other people are going to band together, like I said, because you got the Six of Pentacles, right? So working together, giving, sharing, right? To move to calmer waters. They're traveling over water, okay? I feel like has something to do with that migration that I saw. You have the Hierophant is out here, I believe, too. Yeah. The Magician is here. Spirit, why is this Magician card here? I heard it's not over. You got final judgment out here with this Magician. There's something that has to do with nature, the solar flares, and there also has something to do with something that's man-made. And this is why there's a final judgment. And the King of Cups, somebody has knowledge of something, but they're keeping it quiet. This is an older gentleman. Okay, Five of Swords, because they're worried about being uncovered, about uprising, and the Ten of Swords and being taken over, and the Hierophant and trying to stay, with rules and order. But once this happens, the information will just be disseminated quickly, Eight of Wands. And so they're trying to bring it in slow or break it in slow, Spirit said. With the Ten of Swords is next. This is not a great, guys. You got the Devil, the Magician, and the Ten of Swords. Spirit, why is this Ten of Swords here? Can you show me? With the Ace of Pentacles, listen, what did I say? I said, go get some money. I'm going to do it in the morning, okay? Look at this. Ten of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, because you're not going to be able to get money out. That's why, okay? And the bankers, look what's at the bottom of the deck. The bankers are going to think it's an opportunity, but they don't know that they're going to be fucked like us. So I don't know what they think, but whatever. Two of Pentacles. We're going to have to be juggling, bartering, trying to figure out what to do, right? And then the Empress is here. Spirit, why is this Empress here? Oh, wow. We've been here almost an hour. Sorry, guys. My apologies. I didn't mean for it to go so long, but I got to give you the messages that Spirit gives, okay? The Empress is going to be conflicted and heartbroken. So they showed me an image of the Empress. And like, let's say she has five, they showed me boys, and then it's Five of Wands, right? These could be young men, right? I feel like some of them go with this like militia or whatever, and then others go for the journey. It's like, the Empress is gonna have to let go of some of her children, and maybe this Empress is Gaia, that it breaks her heart, but this is the way that she knows to break the conflict. Yep. And then the Hierophant is here. Spirit, why? One more, please. This is the system. Justice, the judge, right? This is Hierophant, right? The way that a system is structured, right? And Hierophant, I already said this is, you know, the husband, right? Hope and faith, right? And I feel like there's masculines are going to be forced to stand up for the Ten of Cups for their family, right? And then you got the Ten of Swords. So let me explain. Some units are going to be strengthened by this. Okay, some families are going to be strengthened by this. They're going to pull together really good to deal with a collective betrayal. Others, it's going to separate them. But Spirit's telling you not to lose the faith, okay? King of Pentacles. We will become passionate with the Ace of Wands about farming, about cooperation. They're talking about cooperative communities, right? For the Two of Swords, working together for the unseen to avoid any more towers, because it's going to feel like, you know, the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, guys, but it is going to be a tough ass session. Okay, and then you've got the the Nine of Swords here. Anxiety and sleepless nights. I also feel like, because we should try, when this happens, we may have to try to sleep during the day and work at night. Okay, and you got the Nine of Swords, sleepless nights and anxiety, having to share and work together, right, with people that we might not really feel, you know, deeply about, with these Four Cups, you know, but it's going to be a thing of survival, right? And then you got the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, Spirit, why is this Ace of Cups in reverse? There's going to be people who are going to try to exploit the lack of love. Those are those militias. Those are those groups. Those are those people who want to do the purge, right? They're going to be manipulating the situation, right? They could be claiming to be the law, right? And not necessarily, you know, that could be a secret that they're not really with the law. And the Knight of Cups. We'll also have to be careful. Wow. I'm just going to give you a historical reference and then you think of it what you will. So when the Native Americans, when they were being pushed off their land, one of the methods that was used was they were given blankets with smallpox. So you need to be careful who you get assistance from, and you might be better off banding with your neighbors, your family members, like-minded individuals, okay? Okay, you have the Two of Swords, Spirit. Why? Because there's things that we can't see. Okay, with the Three of Pentacles coming out slightly crossed, and who's working together and who isn't. Okay, and who we need to work with. And this can be a very dangerous time for the Empress, because there's going to be segments of society that are worried about procreation. There also could be an effect on certain populations as far as procreation. I feel like, what's good, L cubed? I feel like by the end of this, the divine feminine will be revered again. Especially the younger ones, because they're going to be necessary. I feel like the older ones will be revered for the wisdom that they have. All right, you got the star out here. Spirit, why is this star out here? There goes that traveling kind of like by night. And if you look, it looks kind of like a reddish sky. Didn't I say it was like a reddish, smoky reddish sky? And you see her traveling by water, right? And she's a skeleton, right? So, you know, to not dry up. Spirit, why? With the Seven of Wands, it's for protection. It's for protection. Okay. Here's the Three of Cups. If you see, is one gentleman and two feminines. And I told you that the men were going to have to take care of more than just like their immediate household, right? Magician, learning how to alchemize and take care of everyone. Wish fulfillment, right? Some of these masculines going to want to go ahead and get shitty ass drunk because it's going to be a lot, okay? But we have to help them, okay? And water, do you see temperance, divine? Okay, this is going to heal the water in some way, but we also have to work with the water, okay? Perfecting the water or alkalizing the water. We have to do something to the water before we're going to be able to drink it. I feel like Six of Cups, okay? Okay, so we're going to have to think back to resourceful ways. They're saying resourceful ways. Okay, you've got the World out here. Really don't like that this is the last card. Spirit, why is this World out here? What's good, Pink? So the world, you know, things are ending for new beginnings, and we're going to have to make some sacrifices or choices, okay? And what's strange is I just said that the star was clarified by the Queen of Swords, right? And right now, when I clarified the world, the King of Swords came out and fell right with her. Listen, we will both have to fight. We will both have to be together, to be standing strong. Okay, with the Seven of Cups, because there will be many unseen things, or like this trek could be harrowing. What's good, Mommy Mo Russo? Y'all definitely, for y'all that are just joining, y'all definitely need to go back. It's imperative. This reading is quite important. You have the Three of Wands. There will be a future, but we are going to need our strength. Look at these fuckers. The red coats are coming, right? It's like a militia. Okay, and then with the Two of Cups, I feel like these militias or whoever these fucking people are, they're trying to separate these unions, or maybe they're trying to collect women like Handmaid's Tales or something about procreation. But y'all need to like pray. Listen, if you're in a relationship, keep your masculines prayed up, gang, okay? For the masculines out there, please. I feel like you should meditate, guys. I feel like you should meditate. I feel like you should drink a lot of water and get as much rest as you can, because there's going to be so many children, feminines, and elderly that are going to be relying on you guys. Okay, let's get a kipper so we can get up out of here. Spirit, show me. It is really deep today. Mature man, look at the old guys having a hard time, okay? I feel like this has to do with health or not taking care of themselves when they were younger or something like that. I'm hearing it's the final countdown, right? Thief in reverse. Saturn's like, oh, you thought you got away with some shit? Yeah, hell no. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Journey. There goes that mass exodus. Listen, Tarot Destroyer, I've been waiting for you to come in because I saw you in somebody's reading earlier today. And I just want to tell you before they delete you, because they will, right? I just want to tell you that the reason why you have such a problem with tarot readers is because you have been inundated and brainwashed. And the reason why you have such hatred for other people is because you were abused, okay? And that they said that you have a sister cousin, okay? Because there's inbreeding in your family. So if you don't want me airing all your fucking family business, you should stay off my page. That's what I gotta say to you. Anything else? I knew she was coming in today. And I'm glad you did. Because I'm the right reader for you, honey. Your uncle was a pervert. Okay? Your uncle was a pervert. You have my home address? You should come see me, sweetheart. You should come see me. And just because you said that, I'm going to prepare something special for you, my love, okay? And you're going to remember my name because I'm the real deal, baby. Sending you love and light, sweetheart. Victoria, you're just the same page flipping with somebody else, okay? So I advise y'all to stop playing with me because I am going to save every last name, okay? I'm already sending them to you, honey. Look, they've already come out, okay? They already came out, honey. Victoria, be careful. Okay, so you have here mature man with commitment. Those that refuse, like Tarot Destroyer, that's why she showed up, because it's very relevant. Those that refuse to let go of this thinking, they're holding on to old ways of thinking. They're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. Thief. And you should put your real name, you punk ass, because you know what it is. But that's okay, because my ancestors, they don't need your real name, love. Maybe some of the other ones do, but mine's, they definitely don't. Okay? Thief in reverse with interlude. Those people that thought that they were getting away with karma, like little Miss Thing and her other little friend over there, it's just a pause, babe. They're going to get to you. Don't worry. Journey. There's going to be a lot of pressure when this journey comes, okay? It's going to be hot. It's going to be people's going to be temperatures flaring, like the way that they feel, okay? Journal, all right? Write down everything that you experience, because the generations that come, they need to know this, okay? I feel like you're going to see people that you never thought would come to like minds will, okay? They don't distract me, honey. They just prove my point. Those are the same people Spirit's talking about going to get their ass cleaned. Hi, Honor. And you see how unconditional love is the high honor? Those who are willing to forgive the past and work together, you should get a real job, my love, because you spend your whole fucking day doing this. I saw you on another reader's live this morning at like 10 a.m. So obviously you just sit around doing this shit all day, okay? So you need a real job. I have a very well-oiled business, okay, sweetheart? Family, blood ties, okay? So this is what is going to make it, okay? Love, the frequency of love is going to bring the honor, okay? Not only that, but these family ties, we're going to be creating new families, okay? And people like this person that was just in the chat, they're going to be threatened because it's going to be reaching across color lines. It's going to be reaching across religious lines. It's going to be reaching across borders. There's finally going to be unity in this world. Okay. Oh, I'm actually glad that she came in, because I had saw her disrupting somebody else's live today. But she came here just so I could talk about her dirty ankle. So look, guys, you have to be careful for the people who don't want to let love in their heart, like the person that was just in the chat, okay? We have to pay attention to the red flags, okay? And we have to keep an open mind here with true love at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to clarify these. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad she came in, because it irritated me when I saw her in the other person's live. So I feel like Spirit called her just so I could tell her what Spirit had told me about her. Okay, unrequited love and look for the signs. Remember when I said those militias? You need to be careful, because they're going to be wearing something. Okay, and I feel like soon we're going to know what that is. They're going to be wearing something, and we need to pay attention for that, because that's going to be the sign of the people that we need to avoid. Okay. Pay attention to the red flags. Hold on, guys. Look. I already did. Pay attention to the red flags, right? Look at the illusion and look at the red in the skies. We have to stick together. We have to stick together, okay? And also because as it's happening, I feel like They're not going to warn us ahead of time. And then when they do, we might not even get the message because it might be too late. Okay. So again, Spirit is reminding you to listen to your intuition, please. Okay. Very important. Come to me. Okay. So you feel this is the Divine Mother. I feel like this has something to do with the migration and why we're migrating. It's like a call, an inner call. Okay. And keep an open mind, please. Insecurities. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Let go of the negative experiences of the past. This has to do with us having to stand together across color lines, religion, nationalities, races. Okay, we're gonna have to put all that behind us. Okay, to make society run again. Okay. So I feel like that's what Spirit wanted you guys to know. Let's get a postcard and we'll get up out of here. But don't worry, guys. That's exactly why Spirit sent that person over here. Because they wanted them to hear some stuff, okay? Spirit, can you give the collective a final message, a closing message, please? Can you give the collective a closing message? Sweetheart, you have so much time on your hands, but you're going to remember this message when this shit happens, okay? And then you tell me if your God saved you. Let me know if your God saved you, okay? Okay. Dearest you, there are times when loss is part of life. Sometimes the loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break open wide. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lessons learned, and know that you let go of what has passed. Ever more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Our heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all. You see? So Spirit said we are going to be having some grief. Leha, I'm going to block her in a second too. It's just the same person. This is basically, we are going to experience some grief. But we're going to come out better for it, okay? We're going to come out better for it, and it's going to be hard to deal with, but this is why Spirit is disseminating these messages all over social platforms through people like me so that the collective can be prepared. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. I'd just like to say thank you to my returning subscribers for coming through and spending a little time with me. And listen, if you came in the middle or you just heard a piece, I really suggest that you go back and you watch the reading. There was some important information and things that you should get, okay? So I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Namaste, gang, gang. Bye.